To just stay in the mood of the movie, this is the skin of a killer, Ella.
I am so excited for this video that without a long hello and shebang, shabish, shabash, whatever, I will start right away. You saw it already in the title. It's finally here. I got the whole Twilight collection from Colourpop in the second time that they brought it back. And now I'm so excited to film this video. Actually, the plan was for today to film my third Beauty Bay look, but I completely changed my filming and upload schedule a bit so that I can take this beautiful Sunday that I'm filming this to take time and just appreciate this whole collection. And let me tell you that this is just the outer paper for the palette. This is the palette here inside, but just as with the Hogwarts palette, I will definitely keep it in this carton here because it's my heart. I'm already done. I want to now, after filming, I do have a big list of them today, but when I'm done, I want to watch the Twilight movie because I'm just so... and I will try to incorporate nearly everything. I'm not too sure if I'm going to use one of the liners because I'm not a liner person, but they look so bomb. The fucking lip oils. I even want to use the body oil because I'm not a body oil person, but what I want to do is I want to try to use this, and this might be super crazy, but I want to try to use this as primer, as like a glow primer. So usually, you know, stuff like this has more of a metallic sheen to it. The strobe cream is very, very metallic. I don't think that I have a glow primer that is shimmering or glittering, but I want to see how this works under foundation because I really don't know what else to use this with. I'm not a person who does apply shimmer oil somewhere. I can't imagine wearing this in my hair maybe, but I want to use it on the face. So enough of the rambling. I'm so excited. I could pee myself, so let's start. And while I prep my face and eye and stuff, let's just talk about the swatches that I will just put on top of this so that you can see them. So this color story of the palette is very, 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 very desaturated. And I'm honest with you, I am a big fan of this. I think the desaturation of all the colors is just the exact representation of the movie. Have you watched the first movie? I hope you did, because the whole color story, the greens, the browns, the blues, everything in here screams color scheme of the very first Twilight movie. And I'm honest with you, everybody who was shouting when they released or when they showed the palette that there is a red missing, you clearly either didn't watch the movies or you didn't understand what this collection is all about. This palette is not the Twilight Saga palette, it is the Twilight palette, and they said it very, very clear that this palette is collaboration with the first Twilight movie. And if you remember, all the colors, the colors were like this up to the third movie. In the second, they were a bit more vibrant because of the whole Italian thing, but then they were also very muted when Bella was very depressive. And the third one then also had the scheme, but then the last movies, they got a bit up in color, especially the last one, because it's like the blooming of her. So this color story here makes absolute sense. Let me just tell you that this shade Prom Night that looks a bit destroyed and repressed is actually repressed, because the moment when I swatched this shade, it broke. It shattered, it went into pieces, so I tried to press it back without adding any alcohol, but I will see how this works. Just right away, I just want to say this is maybe a palette I wouldn't travel with. I'm honest with you, when I did the swatches for the palette, I had to remind myself that swatches only tell one side of the story, because compared to other Colourpop shadows, and let's talk about what do I have? I have at this point so many Colourpop palettes. The Hogwarts palette, very, very different formulation in here. The Rudolph palette, also very different. The mattes actually swatched kind of dry, kind of chalky, while the shimmers in here, they took a bit of buildup. Could be my swatch method because I changed from finger swatches to this little sponge tip applicator swatches so that I don't have glitter everywhere when I do these. But, you know, for example, this shade Forever Young, this is a black with silver glitter in them. It is so dusty. It was everywhere on the palette. You can still see it because it's like impossible to get off. And in general, I feel like these are maybe not as creamy as I thought, but again, swatching is only one side, so let's now finally get in and do a look. And please don't mind this corner over here, I just refreshed my color and now I have a hair dye on my skin. Today I will do only one look. I will do another look, but over Instagram, TikTok, and as a YouTube short. I at least try to edit it down to a minute. But now let's start. What do I want to do though? By the way, for people who are still arguing now, is it not the Twilight color story? This color story is literally the picture. Like, if there was kind of an AI program where you can say, here, this is a screenshot out of the movie, please create a 15-pan palette for me, then it would be this, 100%. But you know what? I'm starting with Unconditionally, and I do apply this as my classic transition shade. See, the application of this eyeshadow is much better than the swatch. The swatch nearly showed up and I had to build it up quite heavy and then it chalked off very, very much. But application, 10 out of 10. And I love this, you know, in the pan, I hope you can see this. In the pan, this is a light blue, but with a lot of gray going on. But on my skin tone, I feel like this translates much more into gray, while gray palettes translate a lot into blue on me. So color theory is just crazy. I'm now tapping into the shade 17 and I start applying this here on the inner part of my eye crease. And I'm taking it all the way through, but not in the like outer V, I just flick it out. I just heard that they want to revamp Twilight, but as an animated series, I read somewhere, and that, don't do that. Please leave it alone. The movies are perfect. All the movies cheesy and sticky and completely out of touch. Hell yes, but that's why I love them so much. I'm now going into the shade Impossibly Fast, and I start applying this here on the outer part of the crease and in the outer V area. I do build this shade up, like I'm on my third build now, just to have a lot of darkness going on, or whatever is capable in this shade. I dip back into Unconditionally and I just slightly dusted along these edges here. I applied now glitter glue on the lid and I'm now tapping into the shade Irresistible. I do apply this on the outer part where the darkest shades are. I'm now tapping into Lion and Lamb, which by the way is a duochrome shade. This shifts when I look at it from purple to green. I apply this directly into the center and tap it over Irresistible, of course. But I'm leaving bare the inner part. I'm now tapping into the shade Prom Night, the one that shattered, and hopefully it doesn't shatter again. It's very loosely pressed, oh my god. Be just careful if that happened to you too. But I used this and tapped this here on the inner part and slightly swoosh it on top of the green, the Lion and the Lamb. I tap back into a bit Lion and the Lamb and I just tap over this edge some more so that I get a better gradient. The contrast is quite high between those two shades. Although I have the glitter glue on, there is a ton of fallout, but no problem for me and my spoolie and the fact that I do the eyes before the face. I just love working messy. It's now time for the body oil by the Soul Body Oil, and I already shaked it. It was separated, so you have this beautiful shimmer glitter oil. This is a dry oil, so I actually hope that this works as kind of a face primer. I'm a bit afraid, not gonna lie. So I just pumped something onto my hand just to show you how it looks like. I cannot show you my hand with the pump now on because this is super, super runny. But I hope you can see the glitter in here. If not, you can just see my bare hand with nothing on. But when I look at it, I think the glitter is not so intense. I expected much more glitteriness, so this could work for the face. But it's also very, very oily. I blended it out just even more on my hand. I mean, it looks good. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the way this looks, but okay. Thank God it's Sunday, so nobody will see this, what I'm doing. So I dropped a little bit here on a plate, and I do take a brush that I for sure will not use for foundation this time. I tap the brush in, and now I just apply this all over my face. I have absolutely no clue if this is visible at all on my face. I can see it in the mirror, but I look very dewy, but it's an oil, so of course I look dewy. And to be honest, something tells me that I will have glitter on my face for the next 2 weeks. This smells super intense like coconut, which I like. I will now do the rest of my face and then come back for the rest of the eyes. I'm sorry, I lied to you. Of course, I'm not coming back for the eyes because first of all, I have to do the highlighter because in this collection are 2 highlights, both in the Super Shock formulation, which I'm very happy about. And instead of the usual Super Shock packaging, which is white, these come in a blue, black. Love it. Mine is a bit squished over here, but I don't care. It's just the outside packaging. And I will not keep the outside packaging for the highlighter. By the way, I'm sorry, I just scribble up here the paper. By the way, I decided to go for a skin tint. I applied the Summer Friday skin tint today for the sake of the glitter to shine through. And I'm honest with you, I am fucking glittery, but only like, no, I'm lying, everywhere on my face. I don't know if this is really a good thing to put on your face, but I want to use it. I think this is going to be a hair oil for me. I think that's going to be my preferred method. I have to try this. Maybe not now, maybe not today, because my hair is freshly washed and I don't want to weigh it down with too much oil because I just applied oil. Okay, what highlighter should we use? One is called Vampire Skin, and this has an ice blue shift, and the other one is called Meadow, and this has a purple shift. Let me see if I can do good swatches of them, because Super Shock shadows, they tend to be, oh, I'm sorry, a light. Fuck me, they are very intense. Holy shoot, so down here this is Vampire Skin, up here is Meadow. Oh, fuck me. Huh. I think Vampire Skin is very fitting today because of the eye look. This just shifts way too purple. I think this could crash a bit with the eyes. By the way, my hands and everything are full of glitter from that body oil. I'm now applying this, and this is the only makeup item that I apply with my fingers because I feel like these Super Shock thingies, they just work the best with the hands, and I just tap them on as a highlight. I'm all in it. I want to have the skin of a killer. I'm all here. I will say it out loud. You're a vampire and your food is blood. I can live with that. This Super Shock highlighter has a lot of very visible blue sparks in them. This is definitely a choice, and this is something you should like. I personally like it. For lower lash line, I'm going now into the shade Bella, and I do apply this surprisingly on the lower lash line all along. And to blend that out, I go into the shade Irrevocably. You know me, I want to use as many shades as possible for a first look, and I blend everything out with that. And I'm also tapping again into Unconditionally, and I just tone and smoke it out a bit. For inner corner highlight, I'm taking the shade Edward. This is a pressed glitter holographic shade. Very gently, I press it on both inner corners, and then I take the edges of my brush to distribute it a bit. This shade has a potential for a lot of fallout, so I highly advise you to work careful with this, but the effect, oh my god. I would totally wear this as face highlight too. So in this collection, there are also 3 liquid liners. So now the thing is, I am not a liquid liner girl at all, but I kind of want to try it. So here we have, first of all, this thing, like this is the liner packaging. In here, this is a liner liquid potion, and this is just the handle. But all around the handle are just quotes from the movie. It says, they kind of keep to themselves. Huh, yeah, definitely. I know what you are. Say it out loud, vampire. Oh, he's totally gorgeous, obviously. I love it. This is the shade Forever, and this is the green. So let me just swatch it here. Ooh, this is more blue than green. Oh, this looks like a liner version of the shade that I wear on my lid, like the Lion and Lamb shade, but with much darker green in it. No? Very pretty. Now we have the shade Coven, and it says the same on the handle, and Coven is, was that blue or the black? Black. Yeah, this is the black. But it has glitter to it, and the glitter is not from the body oil. Personally, I wish the outer packaging would be in the same color as the liner is, so you don't have to read all the time on the bottom, but it's fine though. And last but not least, this is the shade Vampire, and how else could it be? This is a red, more like brownish rusty red, but still a red. Let's be adventurous, and I'm going in with the shade Forever, which was the green, bluish, whatever. I think this fits the whole look the most. This is a felt tip applicator, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a liner person, but I really want to try them. So I apply a very thin line along my lashes, and then I do the tiniest flick. Not a lot, just a teeny tiny bit. I think the red could have matched here too, but let's just play it safe for today. I'm honest with you, I remember felt tip liners from my youth, and they were horrible. And it's either the formulation of these or the felt tip itself, but they are super easy to apply, and I'm honestly loving it. The longer, by the way, I stare at my face, the more I realized that applying the body oil to my face was not the best idea. I am looking like a vampire. Brow bone highlight is still missing, and for that I'm going into the shade Ice Cold. And I'm sure that I picked up too much, but just very, very lightly apply this here. This has surprisingly a warm golden undertone, which at first glance doesn't make sense in the palette, but it actually does. I don't know, it kind of is very balancing with all the cool greens and blues and stuff. There is one thing missing, and that is the lip oils. They come in 3 different shades, Belle's Team Edward and Team Jacob. I don't know which one is which, but can we please just talk about this packaging? So on Belle's, there's a truck. On Team Edward, there is the like logo thingy, whatever. And then on Team Jacob, there is a wolf. It's the details, the small details are it for me. Let's start with Team Jacob. This is the black lip oil, and it has glitter in it. I'm not mad. What's that on my packaging? I am a sucker for black lipsticks currently, like sheer black lipsticks and lip oils. So hopefully This is good. I don't have anything on my lips. I didn't prep now anything at all. No lip liner, no nothing. So just the pure... Oh boy. Okay. So this is a lip oil in Team Jacob, the black, and that's it. I love it. The glitter in here is actually not very visible, which is a good thing. I don't know. I think the glitter would be too much. It is like light reflecting specks in them, which makes it extra shiny on top of being an oil. But no glitter visible is a plus. And even after wiping off, there is no glitter on the lipstick. Now let's do Team Edward. And this is the blue. Yeah, this is the blue. I'm super excited. Blend Benny Cosmetics has a blue lip oil too that I am still mad that I didn't buy it. But oh, look at this. I'm 100% sure that this does not look blue. This will cool down my natural lip color, so let's try it. I love it. The blue tint is definitely more visible than I thought it will be, but I love the effect of it. They do feel very nice also. I never tried the Colourpop Luxe lip oils. I didn't even thought that they, well, I know that they had ones. So now let's do the shade Bells. And this is the blood red one. Here you have your fucking red, you scumbags. The only red in the movie that is kind of prominent is the apple that Edward is catching that Bella is slipping off her tablet in the school cafeteria. Now let's apply Bells. Hopefully this is just as beautiful as it looks, because a blood red sheer lip oil, definitely lighter than I thought, but I'm not mad at it. Oh, I like that. I like all three lip oils. Fantastic. And that's it. That's the whole collection. That's everything. Is there a favorite? Absolutely fucking not. I still want to figure out how to use this. I, for some reason, also can imagine this as just a highlighter, because this reminds me a lot of, let me grab this here in one of my drawers, the Rabanne Art Shots. This is the metal shot. This is a fucking awesome liquid highlighter, but it's, you know, it is just a, as I said, a liquid highlighter. And they do also have a glitter shot that is very similar to this, where the two components, they have to mix together by just shaking the bottle. But this is much more intense. Like the ratio between the glitter and the liquid is very, very nice. And for whatever reason, I do kind of imagine this as now my biggest liquid highlighter bottle. I have to try this if the oil that is the base of this product is lifting the foundation. If not, this is going to be a super nice liquid highlighter. Then we have the three lip oils. I'm now wearing Bells. I love them all three. I couldn't be happier. I love the fact that they give on the lips. I'm all here for it. Surprisingly, the three liners are also good. I didn't expect that because I'm just not a faltable liner girl, but first of all, they feel very nice. They look very nice. This subtle green that is going on here, and when I remove them from the hands, the green turned very blue. So this is definitely a duochrome from green to blue, but more green than blue. I love the effect that it has on the eyes. I'm totally here for it. I love the Super Shock formulation. You know that I rave about them. I have three other Super Shock highlighters. One I already panned last year. I have Super Shock The blushes too, and I even have a Super Shock shadow that I never used because it was a part of their black box for, no, not black box, the Black Friday mystery box. So, but I didn't come across to use it yet. I love these. I think they look fantastic. And this, I'm wearing the vampire skin if you forgot. I love it. And to not disrupt the effect that this highlighter gives, I just applied a translucent glitter on top of it. I used the Fenty How Many Carats because this is the most transparent highlight that I own. I love it. And I will definitely use the other one tomorrow or when I do the second Twilight look, maybe. I don't know. I love these. I could use Super Shocks all day, to be honest. And last but not least, we have the palette. This is, of course, the core of this whole collection. This is what this collection is all about. And I'm honest with you, if there is one single person that tells me that, no, well, that does not reflect the movie, shut the fuck up. It does. This, again, the whole collection is about the first Twilight movie. And this palette, this looks like the color palette that they used when they post-edited the footage they filmed. It looks like this is exactly what they used in their software to color gradient the movies. I love it. I think the palette, the color story completely nailed it. And I have to say, and this is like from my heart, well done, Colourpop. Well done. You could not have done this collection better, in my opinion. And I also eat my own words from the intro because I said they swatched very poor. They apply like a dream. I loved every single shade. I'm a bit skeptical with the prom night shade because I'm still afraid that this is going to break at any point. But again, I will add some alcohol, like 99% alcohol, and I will press it back. I will not let that fucker go. And the packaging. I'm crying. I'm honest with you. I'm 100% honest with you. When this palette or the whole collection launched for the very first time and I wasn't able to get it, I cried. I cried very ugly for 5 to 6 minutes straight. And I'm honest with you, as a Twilight fan, as somebody who watches the movies, I don't know, is 10 times a year enough? That would mean once a month. Oh, it could be double. Because I watch, or I do not actively watch, but it plays in the background when I do my university stuff. When I learn for exams, when I work through the scripts that I have for my university. Twilight is my comfort zone. Twilight is my comfort movie series. Twilight is like my background noise that makes learning very easy, that makes working easy. Everything about the movies, and yes, especially about this first movie, is screaming comfortness to me. I'm 100% sure that there are a lot of people who do not understand that obsession, but they maybe have another franchise that they obsess over. To me, it's Twilight and Harry Potter, and I couldn't be happier. Let me just say that. And I'm very happy that the quality of all the products that I tried is catching up with my feelings, is making me just as happy as thinking about the movies. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know. Did you pick up any of this? If you plan to pick it up, they announced that they will do a big restock on all the items in spring. I don't know what exactly spring means. I guess it's somewhat around end of March. No, that would be this week or next week. I guess it's somewhat around April and May when they are going to have a very big restock. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. And now I have to go to the kitchen because my HomePod is ringing.